Hi, son.
Mom, hi. Long time no talk. But I guess that's partly my fault. I've been really busy these last couple of years.
No, son, it's also our fault as well. We should have been more intentional about reaching out. How are you doing?
Good. Really good, actually. Business is booming and I'm busy. But I signed up for this, you know?
Oh, what kind of company do you work for?
You know this, Mom. My business.
You mean you're still working on that? To be frank, honey, I can't even remember what your little business was. You know how much talk about business ventures and capital or whatever flies over my head. I'm glad that your little business is doing well, though. Is it enough to make a living on, though? I'm a bit worried about your future.
It's not so much a little business anymore. It's grown exponentially since we last talked. And yes, it's enough to support me and Ember's lifestyle.
Oh, you're still with Ember? Wow, isn't that like 2 years together then?
3, and still going strong. You know, when you find someone as supportive as she is, you can't let them go.
Oh, I'm so happy for you, son.
Thanks, Mom. How are things with you?
I'm doing well. I mean, we're doing pretty well. We're downsizing.
Downsizing? You mean you're selling your house? My childhood home? Since when?
Well, a while ago, your father got laid off from work.
No kidding. Do you mean the place that he put in like 30 years of his life?
Yes. They suddenly let him go last year. And he started a new job, but he's getting paid pennies compared to what he used to be paid. We started dipping into our retirement money and found that we might not have as much as we thought we did. So anyways, the house is too expensive to maintain, so we decided to sell it. We should get a good price tag for it.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Mom. I had no idea. Are you doing okay?
We're fine, honey, really.
No, Mom. I don't care about Dad. How are you doing?
Don't say that, honey.
What? Why? He made it abundantly clear that Thanksgiving all those years ago that he doesn't care about me, nor does he believe in me.
Your father is just very stubborn and stuck in his old ways. Back in our day, there wasn't even such a thing as the internet. So when you told us that you were dropping out of college to pursue this business venture, we just got so worried.
No, you got worried. Dad got mean. Why do you think Ember and I left so quickly?
Honey, please. That was like 2 years ago. Surely you're not still upset about it.
Maybe I'm not upset about that one time specifically, but more about the many times Dad treated me and my dreams like trash. I don't know how you're still with the man. I can't fathom it. The only reason why I still have our last name or haven't disowned him as my parent is because you're still married to him.
He was just worried about you. I know he comes off as a mean old guy, but I'm sure it was coming from a place of love.
A place of love? No, that was not love in any way, shape, or form. You showed me love by bringing your concerns to the table. Concerns I was happy to discuss. But what he did was openly berate me and make fun of me before he even tried to get physical with me because of how angry he was. And the thing is, it wasn't even just about the business, was it? He was just embarrassed by me because I didn't want to join the same useless company he worked at.
Don't say that, dear. Your father loved that company.
Oh yeah? And look where that's gotten him. He was laid off. I could see he was in a dying industry, but this was just confirmation of it. But you already know this. He was adamant about me joining the same company he worked for and taking up the reins, so to speak. That was the only thing he cared about. Hell, it was the only thing we talked about after I turned 6. He didn't care about my accomplishments in school, what I wanted to do, or who I wanted to be. He only cared that I wound up in the same dead-end job he was in, for a company that he didn't even own.
Now, honey, please. When you're insulting your father, you're also insulting me. It's not like he was able to control being let go. Besides, he was making pretty good money for most of his life in that job. That's why he wanted you to do the same. He just wanted what's best for you. I'm sorry that he got so upset when you told us you were leaving university in order to pursue this business of yours, but you have to understand how scary it was to hear. As your parents, we've only ever wanted what's best for you.
Really? You're sure that's why he reacted that way all those years ago?
Yes, honey, I'm sure. And I've always regretted how that night played out. I mean, I don't know left from right when it comes to technology and whatnot. I still don't even really understand what it is you do.
We build apps for companies, Mom.
We? You mean to say that there's more than you in this business of yours?
Yes! I now have a team of about 15 people.
Really? Wow, son, that's amazing!
I know, and I always knew this business would succeed. Sure, the first couple of years were hard, but I knew it would pay off.
It really has, son. I'm so proud of you.
Wow, it means the world to me to hear that from you.
I'm sure if you talked to your father about it, he would be a lot more understanding about the matter. I had no idea how much his actions upset you that night. I'm so sorry, Matthew.
It's not for you to apologize for. You weren't the one who said all those awful things.
Well, I still feel bad about it.
You really don't have to, Mom. I'll talk to Dad, see if he wants to apologize. And maybe I can help you guys out a bit.
What? Help us out with what?
You said that you have to sell my childhood home, right?
Yes, but honey, you shouldn't concern yourself with these things. I mean, I fully trust that your company is doing well. But I don't want to stretch you thin or anything. Please, we've got a handle on this.
Are you sure?
Yes, of course, honey. I just wanted to catch up with my son. It's been so long since we last spoke.
Yes, it has. Why don't you come into the city and Ember and I will treat you to dinner?
Can your father join us?
Let me talk to him first.
Yes, of course. Regardless, I'd be happy to come to have dinner. I have so much to discuss with Ember. I mean, y'all have been dating for 3 years already? I can only assume that means marriage is on the table.
Mom, come on. You've been back in my life for all of 30 minutes, and you're already talking about me marrying my girlfriend.
What? It's my motherly duty.
Sure it is.
Oh, I love you so much, Matthew. I'm sorry that it's taken us this long to reconnect.
Again, that was partially my fault. I'm glad you texted, and I love you too, Mom.
Hey, babe. Have you decided on what you're wanting to do? You were on my mind all day today. I couldn't help but think that you're between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah, that's saying the least, honestly. I honestly don't know what to do yet, and it's already been 3 days since I talked to my mom. I keep checking the house listing to make sure that they haven't sold it yet. It's driving me insane.
I completely get it. I know I'm supposed to be the level-headed one in this relationship.
Very funny.
Funny, but true.
Yes, absolutely true. So tell me, oh wise one, what it is you think I should do.
That's the thing. I thought the answer would come easy to me, and I'd have to guide you to the solution or whatever. But even I don't know what you should do.
Do I help my parents? Or do I let them be? I mean, if it was just a question of helping my mom, there would be absolutely no hesitation on my part. Like, at all. But when it comes to my old man...
Yeah, no, I totally get it. I mean, after everything he said and did that night, I'd have a hard time forgiving and forgetting.
It's not like I'm holding on to it or anything, but I would be lying if I said that what he said hasn't stuck in my mind.
Who wouldn't hate having their father telling them that they're trash and that they're not going to amount to anything ringing in their head on a loop? It was so harsh, and all because of what? You dropped out of university to pursue your business. There are a lot worse reasons to drop out of uni, you know?
Right, exactly. But then again, if I really let it go, then wouldn't I want to help my parents? Especially when they're faced with selling their lifelong home.
What exactly are you thinking of doing to help them? Do you want to buy the house from them? That way it's like giving them money without explicitly giving them money. Or did you just want to write a check out to them?
I don't know, maybe both. Maybe neither. I was also thinking of approaching my father as an investor in the company.
Are you sure about that? I mean, wouldn't buying the house for them be the easier route?
Maybe, but having a large stake in the company would benefit them a lot more in the long run. They could probably be retired now if they decided to buy a share in the company. Not that I would even make them buy the share, I'd just give it to them.
Is that smart? What if your father does something drastic, like stage some skateholders coup?
I don't think he knows enough to do something like that. He's smart, but he's never had to deal with businesses in this capacity.
Really? I thought he was the corporate manager of the last company he worked for.
That's only really a fancy title for a babysitter of the office. I mean, sure, he probably dealt with paperwork and supervision, but besides that, he had little say in how the company was run. Sure, for him it was a big deal, and for a lot of people, they would have been happy in the position. But I saw right through it, even as a kid. That's why I never wanted to work for anyone else but myself. If you're managing someone else's company, you're basically dedicating your life to making someone else rich. I tried to tell my dad that once when I was a teenager, and he nearly disowned me.
I mean, to your father, it probably sounded like you were discrediting his entire life's work.
Oh, yeah, I see that now. I'd never say something like that to someone again. But still, he was so touchy when it came to the subject of his job. I think he knew deep down that he was replaceable at the company, or at the very least, that his job wasn't strictly needed. And I think he's projecting that uncertainty onto my business. Always has, and I'm afraid that he always will. If I had it my way, I'd never have him involved in any dealings with my business. But now, with everything my mother has told me, maybe I should just give him another chance.
I know, babe. It's a difficult choice. But maybe it's worth giving your father another chance. Who knows? Maybe losing his job has softened him up a little bit. I mean, whatever you decide to do, I'm behind you 100%.
I know you are, and that's why I love you.
I love you too, babe. I believe in you.
Thank you. I think I'll try and give him a second chance. The worst he can say is no, right?
I mean, let's hope that that is the worst he can say.
Yeah. Hey, Dad. As I live and breathe, the non-prodigal son returns. What? It's a play on the classic saying. Maybe if you stayed in university, you would have understood the reference. Wow. So you're bringing it up right out of the gate, huh? What can I say? I'm a man that gets right down to business, and I can only assume that the reason you're contacting me is that you're in need of money. Well, the answer is one big, fat, giant no. Whoa. I wasn't going to ask for money. Now that you know I'm not handing you $1, yeah, you won't be asking for money. I don't even know why I'm doing this. You haven't changed one bit. Texting you for 5 minutes has shown me that. I really wanted to help you out after everything Mom told me, but now I'm thinking I'll leave you to figure it out. What? What exactly did your mother tell you? Whatever she said isn't true. The woman's gone crazy. Oh, really? So you didn't lose your job last year? You know, the very illustrious one that you shoved down my throat for as long as I can remember? The job I was supposed to take over by you? The one that you wanted me to inherit? From what I can remember, you had some pretty high hopes about where that job would take you. How are those hopes doing now? Smashed into a million pieces, I expect. How dare you talk to your own father that way? I raised you to be a better man than that. My God, is this what being a disappointment does to a person? I should have known from the moment you began obsessing about tech and apps that you were a lost cause. A lost cause? Like the job you swore would be around for me to take up when I was older? Well, where is that job now? Okay, fine. Yes, you're right, son. I did get laid off. But it wasn't about me or my skills. In fact, the CEO said he was very saddened to have to let me go. He wished that there was a place for me in the company because he liked my work ethic so much. Yeah, I'm so sure that the CEO simply couldn't find you a role in their massive company for you to fill. Okay. I'm done. I'm sorry. I didn't text you to fight or to demean you and the work you did at the company that wrongfully laid you off. What is it that you need then? Is it true that you put up my childhood home for sale? And that you've dipped into your retirement fund? So what if it is? Come to berate me some more? No, of course not. I actually wanted to offer you an opportunity. An opportunity? Exactly what kind of opportunity do you have to give? First of all, I haven't heard from you in years since you announced you're leaving university in order to pursue some online business, and now you're here presenting me with an opportunity? Please enlighten me as to what exactly you can offer me. Well, it actually has something to do with my company.
Of course it does. Please, continue.
Okay, but if I do, you need to show me a bit of respect.
Who the hell do you think you are that you can demand respect from me? You may be my son, but that doesn't mean I have to respect you. Something like respect has to be earned. And in my books, you haven't earned that privilege yet.
My God, do you like the sound of your own voice or something? I'm offering you retirement.
Ha! Retirement? Yeah, right. Let me guess. You need me to invest 6 figures into your company or something like that.
Yeah, it is something like that.
Oh, please, don't think that you can pull a fast one over your own father. I know how this all plays out. First, I invest 6 figures in some crackpot little business like yours, and you promise me a return on my money and more within 6 months. But lo and behold, it turns out that not everyone is cut out for entrepreneurship, and your business fails, taking my money with it.
What if I could guarantee you that your money would be returned in full, plus a whole lot of interest over the next several years?
Yeah, freaking right. There's no way for you to guarantee something like that. Nice try, son. If you needed money that badly, then you shouldn't have tried to hoodwink me into investing in your stupid little business.
Are you serious right now?
What? Did I see through your little plan and now you're all upset with your old man? I always knew you were going to disappoint me. I never just assumed it was for being stupid. But here we are.
I'm trying to help you and Mom. I don't even know why I'm trying to help you. You've always been a bitter old man, and it seems that getting laid off from your job has only made you sourer and bitter. I cut you out of my life for a reason, and I'd bet all my money that the reason I'm successful today is because I cut you out of my life.
Success? Ha! What success? I don't see any success. Where's your magazine feature? Where is your name listed in Forbes? I thought this online business of yours was supposed to launch you into the tech industry. Or was that just another one of your lies to cover up the fact that you can't cut it?
I can't believe you're my father. There's no way I came from a man like you.
If you were half the man I was, maybe I could be proud of you.
I'm done. I'm not helping you out. No way. Don't ever for a second say I didn't try and help.
Yeah, right. Like you ever could.
You just keep on believing that.
Honey, what happened? Your father seems to be very angry about something you said or did. Please tell me that you boys didn't fight again. My heart can't take it. I want you in our life, honey. I can't live without my son.
Aw, Mom. I'm sorry. I reached out in order to offer my help. I really wanted to help you guys out, but he only ridiculed me, Mom. I can't stand it anymore.
Did he really? That man? I swear. What did he say?
Basically, I was a huge disappointment and not even half the man he is.
Oh, honey, you are more a man than he will ever be. He's gotten so much worse ever since getting let go. I begged him for us to invite you over and bridge our broken relationship. But as your mother, I want what's best for you. And clearly, that isn't your father.
I want to help you, Mom, but I can't if it means also helping that man.
I know, honey. I'm making a choice that I should have made a long time ago.
What does that mean?
I need to divorce him. I can't have him be the thing that stands between me and my son.
Whoa, are you sure, Mom?
Hey, you're my son. Of course I'll choose you in a heartbeat. I really thought that after some time your dad would come to see what an upstanding man you are. Clearly that isn't going to happen. So if I have to choose, I choose you, Matthew. You're my only son, my only child.
Mom, I love you so much. You don't have to worry about anything anymore. Not as long as I'm around.
Oh, what do you mean by that, son?
Mom, I'm rich.
What? What do you mean?
I mean, I was being a bit modest before when I said my company was successful. It's one of the biggest companies in the tech industry and has been for more than a year.
I'm not sure what that means, son.
It means you won't have to worry about money, retirement, or anything else for the rest of your life.
You're really that rich? Wow! My goodness, in such a short amount of time, too. I'm honestly not surprised. You always have been way smarter than your father or even me. I guess I'll have to learn more about your company now, won't I?
Only if you want to, Mom.
I'll have to tell your father.
No, leave him to me. Pack your things and I'll send a car for you. This is your last chance.
Excuse me? Where the hell do you get off talking to me like that? I'm done with you. Leave me and your mother alone. You won't have 1 cent of our money for your stupid company.
Okay, I'm done. We're done. From this moment on, I don't have a father, and you no longer have a son. I'm done being the one to extend an olive branch only for you to throw it back into my face. All those years ago, I told you I was leaving university to pursue my business. But what I didn't tell you was that it was because my business had already made its first million. And that was 3 years ago. I reached out to you today in order to help you and Mom. After she told me you've fallen into hard times, I was going to offer you a stake in my company.
Yeah, right. Your company's probably failed since.
Don't you know the statistics?
You and your stupid company won't amount to anything in this world. I don't want you as a son anymore.
Too bad, because I'm filthy rich.
Huh?
You bet I know the statistics, and my company has beaten everyone. We're now one of the top leading app developers in the country. I out-earn 99% of other people my age, and we're set to triple business in the next year alone. So, the only statistic you need to worry about is the one for fools who missed out on millions of dollars, because you just joined it. Also, Mom's divorcing you. So technically, you're out of millions of dollars, a son, and a wife. Goodbye, Robert.
What? No! I'm sorry.
Too late.
Oh, whatever. You're just lying. You're a liar. And that's all you'll ever be. I haven't seen you in any magazine or anything. And you want to know another thing?
My mother's bags were packed, and she was waiting out in the driveway by the time I was done texting my father. He begged her to stay and asked if it was true. And to my mother's credit, she ignored him. I've set her up in her own room in my penthouse suite in the city for the time being while we shop around for houses for her. We discussed whether I should buy my childhood home or not, and we still haven't decided. Ember helped her send the divorce papers. I might have slipped in a Forbes magazine or two where they did an editorial spread on me. It was in their advanced tech series, so no wonder Robert had yet to read any article about me. Modern times aren't really his thing.